Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to kind of make a little video about braces and braces as an adult, just because I feel like when I first decided that I wanted to get braces, I thought I had so many questions. I just didn't know the answers to. So I turned to YouTube and I looked up a bunch of videos and I got different opinions on things. So I just wanted to kind of put my opinions out there and my experiences out there and just kind of go over them with you guys as well. So if you are new here to my channel, then welcome. Don't forget to subscribe down below before you leave. And if there are any questions that you guys have that I may not answer in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will make sure and reply to them all. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump right into today's video about braces. So the first thing is, when you first go to get braces, you kind of have to decide between wanting clear or metal. As you can tell on my teeth, I have clear on the top and metal on the bottom. I do have kind of like pink bands on the bottom, which is why it's kind of hard to like see that they're actually metal. But you can see like the difference in the two. The clear, the only thing that you really can see is the wire that goes across. So as an adult, I wanted something to be a little less noticeable. Unfortunately, my orthodontist doesn't do clear on the bottom. He says, you know, your teeth work better and they move quicker and more efficient when you have metal. But the clear on the top is just to make it a little less obvious, smiling in pictures and things like that. So clear does cost a little bit more. Well, it's not really clear, but it's kind of like a white color. So it does cost just a little bit more. But to me, it's completely worth it. I really haven't been able to tell much of a difference between the clear and the metal. So to me, it's really just a price difference. I mean, if price is a factor for you, just go with the metal. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't look any worse. And as a matter of fact, I thought I was going to be so insecure with braces, but I'm actually oddly more confident now that I have braces than before. And if it looks like I'm talking funny, I did just get them tightened for the first time yesterday, so my mouth is a little bit sore today, and I have like hot pink lipstick on, and that it's so hard, the struggle of trying not to get lipstick on your braces, on your brackets, especially since they're clear, and on your teeth. It's just a struggle. It's an everyday struggle. But now, one thing that I can go ahead and off the bat tell you that when I did first get my braces put on, it did not hurt at all. You know, the actual application, the worst part was them holding your mouth open with that little metal thing, or some places have plastic, but it just stretches your mouth open so far. That was probably the most uncomfortable part. Everything else was kind of just a breeze. However, once they are on and you leave the office and, you know, you go to eat that first time, it almost seems impossible. I remember when I went back to work after getting my braces put on, I got to put on like 8 o'clock in the morning, and during lunch I went to eat. I just took like macaroni and cheese, you know, soft foods, applesauce, things like that. So I remember going to bite my teeth together to chew, and it almost was like my teeth didn't touch. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than in my mind I thought the brackets on my back molars were pressing together and leaving a gap between my teeth. In my mind, my teeth didn't meet together in the back. My molars did not touch to chew my food, but it was just all in my mind. You know, when you first have all that metal in your mouth, it's totally a different feeling than what you're used to. So, you know, you kind of think like, oh my gosh, I can't chew. And it's just this big thing, like, what am I going to do for the next 2 years? And it'll go away. It'll get better. I can now chew fine. I had a little lisp, and I kind of still do have that little lisp going on, just because you have so much metal and different stuff in your mouth that, you know, you don't talk normal, and not to mention your teeth are moving. So when your teeth are moving, you're not going to talk the way that you've always talked. So that's another thing that kind of bugged me, was that the lisp I had. The third thing that really bothered me about braces, and I'm just going to keep it real with you guys, the canker sores. My entire tongue, all like in the gums of my lip, on the top, on the sides, all down both sides of my tongue, I had canker sores. And if you don't know what a canker sore is, it's kind of like that white raw looking spot in your mouth. A lot of people get them from, you know, putting dirty stuff in your mouth. Biting your fingernails can give them to you. I mean, to be honest, I think just having so much different, like all the metal in my mouth and it just being full of different stuff that my tongue and my gums aren't used to rubbing up against. I had so many canker sores and they probably lasted for like 2 weeks. So it took me a while to be able to talk normal, just because the metal in my mouth didn't really bother me at that point. It was just how sore my tongue and gums were from having those canker sores on them. And it was like, it's like they wouldn't heal because it was constantly just being rubbed raw by like either the brackets or the bands I have around my molars. You know, that was probably the worst part. Now, you know, other than that, like after the first couple of days, you know, get past the initial, all that metal in your mouth, a different feeling. You know, I did have a few like wires poking and things like that, because first, they didn't connect the wires all the way back to my molars. They just kind of did these front teeth. I am missing a molar from both sides right here. So they're using my wisdom teeth and bringing them forward in the place of my missing molars. So they stopped my bands. I don't know if you guys can see, like right here is where my bottom bands stop. So there's like wires where they would go all the way back. They kind of stop right there and they kind of bend them in a little bit. But when you chew and when you know, food gets mushed around and brushing your teeth, and sometimes those wires can kind of come back out and they will start scraping your tongue. But you know, you can always try to bend them back yourself or call your orthodontist and they can kind of put them back in place for you. I had my first bracket fall off the other day, and it's not because I was eating anything crazy, but it actually happened in my sleep. And I woke up and I felt something hard between my teeth, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I was grinding my teeth and I chipped a tooth. Like, that's the only thing that was going through my mind, was that I just chipped a tooth. But it wasn't. It was just a bracket, but I just took it out, and then I had an orthodontist appointment 2 days later, so they just put it back on. They say that you can go about 2 weeks with a broken bracket before it really starts, you know, putting your teeth movement at risk. So if you lose one, I would say, you know, it's not urgent to get it put on that same day. Another thing that I can tell you, when you get the clear, they give you the clear brackets, but they also put little rubber bands around each like bracket. And when they tighten them, they kind of link them together. And I don't really know how to explain it, but as you can see on the bottom, I have these light pink bands, but on the top, I have like, it's almost like a clear, like bluish gray, a faint bluish gray color. But when you eat food, certain foods, if you get like clear bands, they will stain. So spaghetti sauce, you know, drinking sodas or coffee or anything like that will stain the bands that are wrapped around your brackets. So you're going to want to just make sure that you ask them for the ones, I just said the clear bluish ones that don't stain, and they knew exactly what I was talking about. So make sure if you do decide to get the clear that you get those, that way they don't stain like normal clear bands around would do. I don't even think they're called bands, but they look like itty bitty little rubber bands, so that's what I'm calling them. I mean, I'm no orthodontist or assistant, so I don't really know what they're called. I'm sure there's a technical word for them. Somebody can correct me down below. But other than that, I mean, it's really, you know, a lot of people have told me, like, I've had multiple people tell me that, you know, I've kind of inspired them to get braces. You know, it's what they've wanted, but they've always been too nervous or, you know, been too self-conscious about it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Watching back at my videos, you guys have seen my teeth. My teeth were horrible. I have like an extra, not an extra tooth, but the tooth that's supposed to be like right here in the front is actually back behind some of my teeth, which is going to come into this spot. So I have this little spring right here that's pushing those teeth open so that it'll open up enough and they'll put a bracket on that tooth and start pulling it forward. But to be honest, having braces has made me less insecure as a person, as a woman, as a human. I used to be so insecure about my teeth. It was like my number one thing. It was one thing that actually made me not start a YouTube channel as soon as I did. It's something I've always wanted to do. It was like a dream of mine, but I never did it because I was so afraid of the comments and the negativity and things people would have to say to me or about me that I didn't really want to put myself out there. But I finally did it, and I became a little bit more secure about myself. But getting braces, I thought was going to make me so insecure because you never really, like, I knew my teeth were crooked and I knew they definitely needed some work, but you never really understand how crooked your teeth are until the brackets are put on and they're all like a different way. I don't know if you guys can tell, like, they look straight, but you can see how the brackets are kind of like this. I don't know. It's really strange, but you just never really understand how crooked your teeth are until you get the braces put on. But to be honest, braces has made me so much more, it's given me so much confidence in myself, just because, one, I paid for them myself. I'm doing it for myself. I'm an adult now. I don't really have people making fun of me. Like, I remember being in school and people would make fun of my teeth, but now, being an adult, people don't really do that anymore. Like, people are over it. We're not in school anymore. We're grown-ups. We have jobs. You know, we have responsibilities. So, you know, that's one thing that really pushed me through. My best friend got them, and actually one of my bosses got them about 2 years ago. So hers are about to come off. So she was like one of my main inspirations for getting them. That and my best friend got them at the same time as me, so we can kind of go through it together. Just to kind of go over really quick, yesterday I got my first tightening done. And you guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, my mouth hurts. My mouth is sore. The bottoms aren't attached to the molars, but the tops are. And I had a very back bracket fall off the other day, and so they put it back on at my appointment yesterday, but when she went to hook the wire back through, it's almost like she couldn't get it bent correctly, and she was tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging, and I thought I was gonna cry. It almost felt like she was pulling my tooth out of my face. Like, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of, I don't want to call it pain, but it was just, my teeth were already sore because I had already had braces on for 8 weeks and where they've been moving and shifting. And then for her to tug so hard several times at the same tooth, like, I have like a really bad headache like behind this eye today, and I almost wonder if that's what it's from. But I mean, I'm just kind of sucking it up and gritting and bear it because I know the outcome of braces is gonna totally outweigh what I'm going through right now. So if you have any like second guesses and thoughts about getting braces, don't. Just do it. You will not regret it. It is a little painful. It is a little inconvenient at times. But just do it. I mean, you will not regret it. I can't say it enough. I was so insecure. I thought I was going to be so much more insecure with braces, but I'm not. My confidence level is up. Now, my confidence level might be up because I used to never smile showing my teeth. I just started smiling showing my teeth when I started my YouTube channel. Any other picture you see of me before then, you will not see my teeth in them. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I know you guys can go back and look at what my teeth looked like before, but I'm going to pull up this picture that I have of what my teeth were like when I first got my braces put on, which was April 20th. So I don't know if you guys can see. It's probably like really bad, but my teeth were crooked. I had gaps. It was horrible. I mean, and granted, they still have a long way to go, but I can't smile not showing my teeth now that I have braces. Look, I'm going to demonstrate. This is me smiling without showing my teeth. It's just not possible. So I just smile, and I've gotten so many compliments. Even one of my best friends has said, I'm so happy that you are finally smiling because you've always been beautiful and now you're even more confident, so it makes you more beautiful. I mean, like, I get little compliments like that all the time. So if you're trying to decide what to do, just do it. You will not regret it. It does cost a lot of money, but most orthodontists do like payment plans. Mine especially does. We've worked it out to where I just pay once a year, like one lump sum once a year when I do my healthcare reimbursement through my job. So just do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. So glad that you did. And you guys can let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. And I'll kind of give you like an up close of my teeth now. I did brush them this morning, but they're so sore I couldn't really brush them hard. So this is what they look like. I got the spring. These teeth are almost straight. The gap is gone. And I'm just so excited. So, if this video has helped you out at all, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have any questions, and I will definitely make sure I answer them for you in a response. I'll reply to everyone's comment. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.